Welcome back to Spellhammer Farms. We had a very productive day last time, and we have some serious money in the bank. Our grass is growing, which means we're going to have another silage load probably in 2 days or 2 months. We've got some stuff up here at our greenhouse, some lettuce, I believe. But since we have some money, it's time to make some big decisions. Sure, we could wait another, 2-3 months and really just go to town on buying some equipment or maybe even some land. But what I'm considering is selling one of my plots here. This one alone, which is basically useless, is worth $136,000. We could keep this one, and then we could maybe buy this, which gives us another big field, actually 3 fields, and we'd still have some money left over for equipment. My goal really is to buy this, which we could do if we sold both of these, but I don't really want to set myself back. This is where my silage setup is at. This is my silage. This big field yields a lot of grass, and then we can replace this field with these 2 little fields, which I believe are grass fields, and then this big field we can start doing a crop in. But before I do that, we should definitely mow the field we're going to sell because it's in the first growth stage, which isn't great, but it's something. So that's going to be our mission, which means we can buy this over here. Let's do a little tour. Check this out. Nice little grass fields, almost ready to mow, actually. They are in their second growth stage. So we'll be able to mow the field we're selling and then mow this too, which is fantastic. And then we have a nice clean field over here to plant a crop in. I know it's owned by Adrian Hooper right now, but that's about to change. And then someday we'll buy that farm over there, which is really nice. None of the buildings are functional though, which is kind of a bummer, but they also have 3 small fields over there. Either way, mission today is to get this field over here mowed, then sell it, and then buy that over there. See if we can do it before it gets dark. This shouldn't take very long at all to mow. We also have to windrow and pick up all the grass so that we can throw it in our silage bunkers too. But I think we can manage. And then we'll have a decision to make as far as what kind of crop we want to get into. Where are my mowers? Over there by my house. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my house is going to have to be moved. Luckily, it's a trailer, so theoretically I could just hook up to it and move it. Even though you can't actually do that in the game, that's going to be how I explain the movement of the house. And maybe we'll actually upgrade our house a little bit. I don't know. I'll have to look at what options are available. It would be nice to not be living out of a trailer someday. You know, the other thing I could do if I was really smart is I would wait for this to be in its second stage, then mow it, then sell it. But since that stuff over there in the new property is already in its second stage, I'm just not going to worry about it. And we're mowing. Here we go. It feels like it's been a while. I don't think we'll get like a really good yield out of this, but it's better than leaving it all to whoever happens to buy this land when we sell it. Oh, and we also have a full pallet of eggs there I forgot about. Man, we sure are messy, aren't we? This field is also just such an awkward shape and the elevation is weird, so I think we'll actually get gains on efficiency with those new grass fields versus this one, which will be nice, and we're not buying a piece of land that's far away from what we already own, which is good as well. Let's go ahead and get this guy mowed, rowed, and stowed. All right, let's get this done. Oh, no. No, I don't want to mow that field yet. That was a mistake. That's okay. It really just does take very little time to mow this field, but it takes way longer than it should because it's just such an awkward shape. And most of that's my fault because I put chickens over there, which I have since sold, but lessons learned. We'll do better next time. I'm going to call that good. Let's turn off our mowers, lift them up, fold them up, and park them somewhere more reasonable. Maybe we'll park them over on the new plot of land. They won't mind. We're going to buy it. It'll be fine. Maybe right here for now will be good. And let's go get our eggs off that land real quick. I know we can still pick them up after we sell it, but just for the purpose of being neat, let's get our eggs over onto our flatbed, and we'll just lift these onto there manually. Much easier than trying to grab them with the forks. These will be at least $3,000, I think, for the full pallet, and then a little extra for the partial pallet. So that's a nice little bump of income. And then we've got some lettuce, which is another $3,000. So about 6,000 just in products to sell. That's really good. So there's that taken care of. Well, the straggler up there. Give him a scoot. There we go. Looks good. And now we need to go windrow that field. How did I park this? Yeah, I parked it in probably the silliest way possible, but that's okay. Ooh, I really thought I was going to take that sign out. I did good this time. Whoa. Oh, well, there went 2 signs. Shouldn't have celebrated so early. This windrower really does make quick work of this size of field. There is a bigger one on sale, but it's only bigger by like a meter, which is not quite enough for me to spend the money because I think it's about $20,000. And we are going to have to get some planting equipment, maybe a cultivator. Though that field that we're purchasing looks like it's already been cultivated, so we'll be able to hold off until after our first harvest probably. It's too bad it doesn't already have a crop in it that we like, but we'll take what we can get here. We're going to get at least maybe 5,000 or 10,000 liters of grass out of this, I would guess. Maybe a lot more, I don't know. Definitely worth not just leaving it since it was ready to mow. Let's just do a little swirl here to get the rest of this road up. I'm not going to worry about being perfect. All this grass is basically a bonus at this point. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and park this over on the new land too. It's going to be nice having some more flat space to store things on. You're going to go right here. And this field, I do believe... Oh, there's fieldstone. I didn't realize I had that turned on. I'll probably just ignore it. Or turn it off because it's really annoying to deal with. So there's that. Everything's moved off of that land. We just need to go pick up the grass so that we're not leaving it. And we'll be good to go. We can actually go ahead and drop it in one of our bunkers. I also didn't realize this, but I believe I own more land than I thought down here. I believe my property line goes all the way through these trees over here. So I actually do have some trees I could cut, but I don't really want to mess with that unless I'm doing like wood chipping, maybe. I don't know. Those trees definitely are not good like logging trees because they're not ideal for selling for lumber. I'm going the completely wrong way, so let's go ahead and drop this pickup and turn this wagon on and get this grass grabbed. Yeah, I think my estimate on how many liters this is was way low because we already have 2,000 liters from one strip. Very good. I'll take it. We actually ended up with a full wagon load and a little bit extra, 16,000 liters. That's pretty good. We're going to pile this a little higher this time to avoid spillage and just to fit a little bit more into the bunker. Just back up in this corner here. Let's go ahead and unload this. And we'll let it really pile up. So if we do it this way, we could fit about maybe 4 to 6 wagon loads instead of just a few. That'll be nice. And there's another 5,800 liters. I'll grab a little bit of this straggling grass over here, and we'll be good to go to sell this property. We might have to sell our house. We'll find out. We'll pretend like we're moving it, though. Looking good. Now for the big moment. Let's drop this off. And let's sell that property. It's worth a good amount. I forgot that it was worth so much. Kind of amazed, actually. So this is 170,000. So wait, how much is this? 260. Yeah, that's why we're not taking that. 170,000. So we'll sell this, which will fund most of our purchase. Let's see if it's going to yell at me about the house. Yeah, I've got to sell the house first. Let's do that. Hop into construction. Where's my house at? And we'll just move you over yonder. Worth $491. My goodness. And now we can sell the land. Let's sell it. $136,000. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Officially sold that piece of land. I mean, look at all this over here we weren't even able to use. We could have eventually, but it's a lot of dead space that we were paying for. Now we have $204,000. This is a big moment for this series. We've never had that much money. And we're going to buy this. 170. Oh yeah, that's a much better setup land-wise. And we still have $34,000 left, which will help us fund the equipment we need to plant this new field. Let's go over and take a look at where we want our house to be, because we definitely have to have a place to sleep. 3 pallets of lettuce. Look at us go. I think we'll put our house down here by these trees somewhere. Don't love being so close to the interstate, but we'll deal with what we've got for now. Do we own this kind of forested area? Oh, this is the edge of the map, I believe, back here. Yeah, maybe we'll plop it right under these trees. And those are some good looking fields. That's going to be a good crop field. Let's see what kind of farmhouses we have access to at the moment. And we technically can sleep anywhere because I think we have a doormat. So even if a building like a shed or something doesn't have a sleep trigger, we can add one. What do we have? Ooh, this is a nice tent. A little log cabin. Ooh, that's tempting. $10,000 though, just for a cosmetic. Not sure. A little uneven here. Do we have a flatter place we can put it? I don't want to put it in the middle of my fields, but I could. Let's see, maybe like that. That's not too bad. Maybe at an angle. Do I want to spend that much? I don't think so. There's a portable sleep trigger. That's cool. Do we want to live in a tent? It's kind of a downgrade. Since we have those sleep triggers, let's look at sheds. I don't think we're going to find anything cheaper. No. Where would I find? I believe there's some sheds here, but I don't think any of these are like livable. I mean, that's not bad. That looks like a little tiny house. We could put a sleep trigger outside of it. I kind of like that. I don't need anything too big. Yeah, let's put him there. And it deformed the land a little bit, but not too bad. And then let's put a sleep trigger in. Someday we'll get that log cabin, just not yet. Also, we totally could have gone with this tiny house, which has a sleep trigger. But, you know, we're not always that smart. I wonder if we can, like, attach them. Oh, we totally could. I wonder why it lets me do that. Kind of cool looking. Let's do the bench, maybe. That's nice. Sit and look out over our farm. All right, so there's our new house. And here's our new land. Look at the size of that field. It's probably as big as this one, I would guess. Very nice, very nice. Now we have to decide, what are we going to plant over here? Probably something basic. Does it need to be cultivated, though? I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't really say what it needs. What can we afford? There's nothing on sale that's going to help us with this, though this meadow roller is very tempting. We're going to hold off on that. We have our tractor, so we're going to need a planter or a seeder. Do we have any cheap options? Oh, we do have that, but that's not very wide. 1 meter. Yikes. He's little bitty. But we could own it instead of renting it. We have something like this. 3 meters. Not terrible. But what do these plant? Looks like sorghum and wheat and stuff, so that's cool. But then we have planters, which do corn, sunflowers. I don't think I want to get into any of those, though cotton would be cool if we could afford it, but we can't. I think we're going to stick with basics. So let's see, what's our cheapest option here? Our cheapest option is definitely this, but that's 1 meter. That's $33,000 though. How much to lease it? Hate to lease this stuff, but I mean, we only need it for a little while and then we can send it back. So I think that's what we'll go with. Go ahead and lease that. Then we don't technically have to fertilize, but we might want to. We're going to need some seeds too. I wonder if that seeder I leased has a tank for fertilizer. It doesn't look like it does. That's too bad. Maybe we'll upgrade eventually. So I think that's all we'll need to start planting this field, which we want to go ahead and do. I don't think I have seasonal growth on. Let me make sure before we do anything. Oh no, I do. I think I'm going to turn that off. And then fieldstone. Good. All right. So I guess we have a seeder to pick up and then a field to get planted. And this is a big turning point because this is going to be the first time we're doing actual farming in Farming Simulator. Though I guess grass farming is technically farming. No offense to the grass farmers out there. But I should say actual crop farming, which is very exciting. We also have this grass over here to mow, row, and get stowed away. And we'll have some silage going, plus a crop. It feels good. And I feel like our next batch of income is going to be much, much better. While we're headed over to the store to pick up our cedar, I'm going to go ahead and take these lettuce pallets off as well. And then our final mission for today is just going to be to get that new field planted. Got to take these turns slow so this top lettuce pallet doesn't go flying. Then we can drop them on here and get them strapped down so that they're nice and secure. Beautiful. Gonna be getting dark on us soon. Let's go get these sold and pick up our cedar, which I think I can probably manage to put on this wagon or trailer to pull it back. There's our old piece of land with that big old messed up spot from our chickens. The new owner can deal with that. And we owned all this over here too. Really weird. Not really usable. Should have put our house over there, really. There goes the lettuce. Should be about $4,500. Boom, $4,300. We'll take it. And here go the eggs. $5,000? Maybe I should not have sold those chickens. I'm having second thoughts now. But that does put us up at 40 grand, which is really, really good. We're in a comfortable position. We've got enough to lease everything we need for our crop, including a combine, probably. I think I have a cheap Mod Hub one installed, which will be very helpful. There's that cedar. Hopefully we can pull it with this tractor. I think it'll be big enough, but we'll see. It's definitely going to be too wide for the trailer, but I've done it before, one way or another. Anything to avoid multiple trips, that's my motto. Luckily, there's no collision with those kind of sticky uppy parts. I also should have filled this really quick, so I don't have to bring the seeds, the whole field. And I'm still going to have to bring the seeds. That's a little annoying, but not too bad. We have room, I think. That will work. Now, one thing I've learned with this trailer in particular is never strap things down before you fold it, because otherwise it really freaks out. Does not like when things are strapped down and you change the angle of the trailer. Now to check if we're going to be able to plant or if it's going to make me do some cultivating first. And what crop to plant. I don't know which one's smart to do. So I'll probably just start with something basic. I know I could do some sorghum. And if I do sorghum, I can get chickens again because I believe they eat sorghum. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, they take sorghum or wheat or not sure what the middle one is. That would be kind of a good way to get double value out of the crop in this field. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's select our sorghum seed. There we go. And let's see if this is going to let us plant. Hopefully it will. Let's unfold, lower, turn on. And luckily we're able to pull it. That's nice. Well, so far we're not going uphill yet. There's a little bit of a stretch here that's going to be kind of steep. And let's see if it's planting. It sure is. Look at that. Our first crop going in the ground. Let me go ahead and get this field planted, and then we'll call it a day. Well, there we have it. The new field has been planted, and we've got some sorghum growing. Yield bonus 50%. We'll try to step that up. It says it needs rolling. I don't have a roller, not sure if I'm going to invest in that, and we're losing light. But we still have $40,000 in the bank, which is better than we've ever done, and I believe we'll be able to mow again, so we'll see. Let's head out to our house, get some rest, and I'll see you in the next episode.